Welcome back. In this session, we are going to talk about workspaces versus Notion Teamspaces. To understand this better, I want us to look at workspace as the company or the organization. So whatever happens within the organization happens within the workspace. That is why when we're creating our account, we created our workspace as with their projects. So this workspace is what actually appears here. So when you come here and select it, you can have different workspaces. In fact, you can create or add other workspaces. Okay, so workspaces, we can invite members to a workspace. So you can invite members to an organization. So members within a workspace can have access to different departments, which are the team spaces. We are going to look at it later on. So if you want to invite members, like I earlier said, but remember, every member you invite, you have to pay about 10 to 12 bucks if you're on the plus plan, or 18 bucks if you're on the business plan. So this is where you go to invite members to your workspace. So, and also this workspace, it has two options. Okay, so you can input their email addresses, then you select the role. So these are the roles. Someone can be a workspace owner, or they can be a member. So if you want to make them a member, then you need to subscribe to the what we call the plus plan. All right. Also, workspaces have settings. For example, maybe I want to change the name or to give it a logo, so I'll basically come to settings. These are the settings concerning the workspace. First of all, even me, the owner of the account, I can have my account settings. Here I can change the name, I can upload a picture, I can also change the email address, I can set the password to log into my account. I can set a two-factor authentication and others. All right. So coming to the other settings, I can look at appearance, system settings, and so on. But I can have the workspace settings. So first of all, I can change the company name, but I chose to make this Reader Projects. Now I can change the icon. For example, let me upload the company logo. Okay, so you can choose, you can even give it an emoji if you wish, or you can give it an icon. So there is a big library here of icons, but you can also upload your own. Okay, so I can save, so I can also add this to workspace emoji library. So let me take this option and I call it Reader logo, but shouldn't have any space in between. So Reader logo, I save that and that is done. So my workspace now has a logo. Now let's also look at these settings. Allowed email domains. You can choose to allow individuals with a particular domain. Okay, so for example, I can say I only need people with aridealtd.com to join this workspace. Okay, so once I have that, that can also be done. Now let's look at, you can export all workspace content. You can also export members as CSVs. You can look at the analytics, so you can also delete the entire workspace, but this is a danger zone. So once you're done with everything that you want, now you can come to update. Okay, so you can now see here that our workspace has the logo that we've just updated. Okay, so that is the company. Anything concerning the company, that is the workspace. Like we said, a company has departments. Okay, now the departments in Notion are like the team spaces. Okay, so you can have a department, the HR, you can have finance, you can have projects, you can have operations, you can have all other departments as you may have them within your company. So in Notion, you can customize every department. You can have its own workspace as a department, and you can do a lot more with it. For example, you can create as many workspaces. You can create as many team spaces. For example, to create a team space, I'll just come here, hover, there is this plus. When I select it, I can probably say this is human resource. So this is for human resource. Handling tasks related to HR. Okay, so now there are some permissions here. Now let's look at them. Open, anyone can see and join this Teamspace. So every member of your workspace can join this Teamspace. So open is the default. Okay, anyone that you've invited. So there is also that default. Everyone at their projects must be a member. Now this implies that everyone that we invite automatically joins this Teamspace. Okay, so closed, anyone can see this Teamspace but not join. So for anyone to join this, you only need to invite them. So before you invite them, they cannot join this Teamspace. And there's also this private, which applies for business. Only members can see that this Teamspace exists. All right, so we are going to leave it to open, and now go ahead and create the Teamspace. So you can see, now once I create it, I can have the provision of searching for people or groups to join the Teamspace. So they can join as Teamspace owner or just a member. Okay, so I'll skip this. So that's how Teamspaces work. And of course, also once you create a Teamspace, there is always this Teamspace homepage that is also created along with it. That is the main difference between a Teamspace and a workspace. And of course, if you need further settings concerning your Teamspace, you can come here and go to Teamspace settings. Okay, so you can see Teamspace owners, they have full access. Teamspace members, you can choose to give them whatever you wish. Teamspace members can't have lower permissions than workspace members. Okay, of course, everyone at there, you can choose to make them view only, comment, or edit. Can edit for the plus version. All right, you can also add members to this Teamspace. And of course, you can also choose to become a member. In case you have more members, you can always change their permissions or their roles. So for security reasons, anyone can join the Teamspace. You can invite via the invite link. Now for enterprise version, you can have all these other ones. Under the general, you can see you can change its name. You can change the description. You can also change these permissions. So you can still archive your Teamspace as well if you wish. So that is how Teamspaces and workspaces work. And those are the main differences. So now in the next session, we are going to start designing our projects page. Since this series is just for data-driven project management, but in other tutorials, we shall look at how we can actually even digitize our entire company with Notion. So thank you so much. Let's meet up in the next session.